So by popular request, here are the idiots. And they seem to have found a black bag. Lovely. What are you saying, Alice? Hello, welcome to another exciting episode of Engine Braking with J Cartier. So if you've come back, you haven't been scared off by the first video, which is definitely a positive. I've got a mighty 12 subscribers as we speak, which is 12 more than I ever thought I'd get, so also pleased with that. Running a bit late today, and I had hoped to start this yesterday and get a bit more done this weekend, but life being what it is, it just hasn't happened, so we're going to make a start today, try and get the crappy old slanty intercooler out, which is useless, put the starter motor in that I bought because this one's stuck, and we will stick the replacement map sensor on that I got from a late model version 5 or version 6 with the higher readings than the crap one that this has got on it, which can only read like 1.3 bar or something, so it's no good for when the car gets mapped and the boost gets up, so I've got to replace that and make it sort of fit for purpose. So that's what we're going to do, and hopefully all's going to go smoothly, but it never does with me, so something's going to break and I'm going to get really annoyed, and it's generally just how it goes, but that's life. Join me for the ride. Alright. So here's my completely unspectacular engine bay. Couple of fancy things in there: alloy header tank, alloy radiator, K&N cone, there's a brake stopper back there, there's a strut brace, you can see the tops of the coilovers. Yeah, nothing really sort of stand out, but a few nice bits. Obviously there's a lot more to come, so it's going to improve. This grip that I'm using is a bit of a nightmare, and I'm not used to it yet, so it's kind of moving the video in places where I don't want it to go, but there you go. But yeah, so as I say, first thing, going to get that intercooler out, so I'm going to unbolt that strut brace. It's a bit of a nightmare doing this as well because it sits so tightly, how it's lined up there, and it's not going to like me moving it. I'm actually tempted to see if I can get the intercooler off without undoing the strut brace initially. I'll see if I can just sort of lift it up and out and slide it under the brace, but we'll see. If I do have to move it, then I have to move it. It's just the way it is. The camera's still moving. Probably really disorientating. Fantastic. Yeah, so I'm going to make a start on that now. Wish me luck. Okay. Do you know what? It's really nice, especially on days like this when the weather's crap, to be able to just come in here, out of the way, just get on with this. You know, just shut the world out for a bit. Some of you watching this will probably be like, yeah, oh yeah, I wish I had a garage like that. And honestly, I used to do this in all weathers, out on the drive, and I just got to a point I wasn't really enjoying it anymore. So I do know what it's like. I do really appreciate the space that I've got now. So sometimes you just got no choice and you just got to do it. But yeah, it really does help being able to get indoors and get out of the wind and the rain and the cold. Oh, right, so it's one bolt there, one bolt there, one bolt there, so that's 3. I get the feeling this is not going to come quietly, but we'll try and we'll see what happens, and if it doesn't, then screw it. We'll take the brace off and we'll deal with it. It'll be fine. the top mount bolts. Trying to get it out. We'll see. It does go back. That makes a nice change. Fortunately, it's damaged the paint there that I resprayed to make these nice. I know you're probably looking at the rest of it and thinking why bother, but bit by bit I do want it to look a bit tidier. Even if it is a track car, I want it to at least look like it's a track car that somebody cares about, you know. I've got an inlet manifold that's going to go on, which I'm going to paint crinkle red as well, so that's going to look a bit better. And yeah, just a few sort of tweaks here and there. I'll try and give some of these bits a spruce up and stuff and clean them up. I need to decide whether to keep the aircon or not. I know most people probably say, well, it's a track car, don't bother, but trust me, when you're sat in full race gear and you're waiting to get onto the hill at Harewood, you can be sat there for some time, especially if somebody has a red flag and in the height of summer. Seriously, it's bloody hot. If I get myself a roof scoop, like a Spec C roof scoop type thing, or a RA, then it might help a bit, but it's not going to force air through, you know. It's only going to cool you on the move. So when you sat there like that, it's no better than opening the windows. So yeah, that's something I really do need to make a decision on. And yeah, I will be giving that some serious thought. So how awkward do you want to be? There we go. It's out. It really is a piece of crap. Right, its battery's pretty flat, but I'm disconnecting it anyway. Just best practice. Right, I've never taken one of these off before. Doesn't look like, I was going to say it doesn't look massively complicated until that happened. So apparently all 5-speed Subaru starter motors, for Impressas at least, are the same, except they're not. Clearly very different. So yeah, that's just fantastic. They're a complete different shape. They're not even close to being similar. Oh. Nice to see mine's got a hole in it though. That's probably not helped. Awesome. So that won't be getting changed today. Yeah, completely different. I'm wondering if the one I've been sold is from a different car, like a Legacy or something, but I'm pretty sure even they're supposed to be the same. But I'm just going off the top of my head there, could be wrong. Oh well. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. Starter motor's out now anyway. Got a nice big gap there of fuck all where the new one needs to go when I find one. Brilliant. Told you stuff would go wrong, didn't I? You didn't believe me. We do now. Alright, well, seeing as I can't do the starter motor swap, I might as well do something I can do, which is swapping the map sensor over. Just going to give that area behind that bracket that the boost solenoid and map sensor sit on a little wipe there, because even though the car's filthy, the rest of it can be cleaned later. This won't be able to be because it'll be behind the panel. I could do with putting a bit of cure rust on there really. I absolutely had a bottle of cure rust somewhere. I don't know. So that'll have to keep. I'll have to do it another time, unfortunately. Something else that's different on a V1. Way, lucky me. 2 different plugs. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get a plug. I'm gonna have to wire these up to it. Okay, not making much progress today, are we? This happens a lot with these version 1s. You find things that are exactly the same on every Impreza, except for the V1. It's really annoying. So that's something else I'm going to have to figure out, which wire is which there in relation to the later model plug. Yeah. At least those holes match up. So that's something. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't completely annoyed by all this, but it is what it is. That's life, that's cars, especially old Jap cars. I've owned a fair few Subarus, a lot of MR2s. Never gets any better. And yet, here we are, coming back for more every time. Because it's an addiction. Right, well, seeing as everything's going wrong today, I'm going to push the car back out now because I can't open the doors enough to get the bolts for the front wings off with the other car next to it. So I'm going to push it out a bit, undo those bolts at each side, then I'm going to bring it back in, then we're going to jack it up and get it ready for the next stage. Alright. Okay, minor issue. The handbrake's seized on and the car doesn't want to move. Brilliant. So yeah, I'm going to have to figure out another way. Either that or I'll have to just do some other jobs and forget about getting the wings off until later. But that's annoying. Okay, so the starter motors are different, but somebody told me to try fitting it anyway. So I'm doing exactly that, and it does actually mate up. So although it is a slightly different starter motor, it does mate up to the gearbox, and it might just work. Fingers crossed. could really do with it starting, because it does look like the handbrake is seized on and I can't move the car, and that's not good, because I've got things I'd like to do which involve moving it. So it needs to start playing ball. Obviously there's no intercooler on at the moment, so if I do start it, it might not be massively happy, but I'm not going to be doing anything with it other than moving it, so it should be okay. The thing I find really weird with these V1s, there's so many things on these cars that is different to the other Subarus, the other Imprezas, and it's like, you see new ages and you see classics, later ones than this, and almost always most of the parts on them are the exact same things. It's as if Subaru said, do you know what, we've got these bits and they work, why bother designing new ones? So why then did they build the V1 Impreza and then decide to change almost all of it? Blows my mind. I think it's a conspiracy. But right now, let's see if it actually works. So we're going to need the jump starter. This battery's shafted, as I've said before. I haven't bought a new one yet, again. So, moment of truth. Let's see if it works. Okay, I think the battery is too dead to even jump start, so I'm going to stick the charger back on it, give it an hour or so, we'll try again, see whether that works, but for now I'll leave that there, and I think I'll make a start on bleeding the brakes, because that's something I can still do even if I can't move the car. It's just a bit annoying, you know. But you win some, you lose some. had enough now. This has been a really shitty day. Just haven't really achieved anything. I've managed to swap the map sensor, but I can't plug it in. I've taken most of the bumper bolts out, but I can't get some of the ones in the wheel arch out. They're just spinning. They won't undo. Charged up the battery. It still won't start. Starter motor's been changed. Still won't start. It does bump start, so it does run. And it was okay until a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, I've not really achieved much, to be honest with you, so one of those days. Back to the drawing board. I've had enough for today, so that's it now. I'm going to go away, see what I can figure out, and come back next time and try and pick it back up. Cheers for watching, and I'm sorry it's been a crappy video.